Okay, here we go. What's up, YouTube? Welcome back to the channel. It's been a couple weeks, and I do apologize for not going live last week. Obviously, I was traveling. I don't think I got home until like midnight on Sunday, but the thought crossed my mind to go live last Sunday, but I was whooped. But you guys see the thumbnail. Hang on a second. Let me do this here. Okay. So, what's up, Fat Boy Fox? Bama 5.0. It's good to see you guys. Figured I would just pop in tonight. It's not really a top 10, top 5, like big stream. I just wanted to pop in and say what's up and let you guys, talk about my experience with the Ford Takeover. If you guys probably have seen a ton of footage of it in the past week or so, but I felt that we could talk about it today, and we could talk about whatever you guys want to talk about in the stream. So, with that being said, wait for a couple people to get in here. If I do lag out, as always, let the little circle thing come back. It will come back. I haven't lost connection on a live stream in a long time. Knock on plastic, wood, something. I don't know. Anyway, so I'll just kick it off by saying that Ford Takeover 2022 probably, undoubtedly, had to have been one of the best events that I've ever been to. Now, I'm not discrediting any of the other events like Foxtoberfest and Blue Oval Media's Believe Ford Blue. Those were all amazing events. But there were so many things that were going on in this event that just was so exciting to just be around. Not just the people, but the event and the atmosphere. So that's like the main topic of this live stream. It's just the atmosphere was just energetic, and to say the least. If you guys, and we talk about it all the time, and I'm not just here to try to sell the event, if you guys can actually manage to go to Ford Takeover 2023 and it's anything like it was in 2022, safe, fun, family, the atmosphere was just electric. That's another word. And it was well put on by Foxcast Media, Caleb Richards, which I'm pretty sure if you follow my channel, you know who this gentleman is. He's works very hard for what he does. And, he just, I can't thank him enough for giving us a reason to travel 700 miles and to feel like, wow, I don't want to go. I want to leave. I'm just having a great time. You don't get events like that. You don't get downtime like that too often, in my life at least. And some of you guys that work as much as we all, as much as some of you guys that work a lot, could appreciate that, but before I get into too much of discussion with Ford Takeover 2022, I do want to say a big shout out to Happy Father's Day to everybody out there who's a father. Even if you're not, Happy Father's Day to your dad. And, I hope you had a chance to collaborate with your family to say that. So, yes. So Happy Father's Day to those. Anyways, moving on. Where we at here? What's up, NJC Fox? What's up, cousin Paul? My chat is lagging. Smurf it. Danny Robinson in the house. What's going on, Danny Robinson? You guys know who Danny Robinson is. He is one of the Summit Techs. Actually, if you're in the members post, if you're in the members chat, you would see Dan. I posted a picture of a handful of members. So, my experience with Ford Takeover. So let's just cap it off by saying it's a long ass drive. Tennessee is 700 miles, and I thoroughly enjoyed driving for the most part. But driving that distance really kind of puts a toll on you, especially in your, I'm in my mid 40s, and driving 700 miles, I'm not going to complain, but man, it was all worth it. I got there. We stayed at the DoubleTree in Hilton, which was actually ended up being like 4 miles away from the actual center of the event, which was the Parkstone Grill. And let me tell you something about Parkstone Grill. I met the owner. Guy is super awesome. Caleb couldn't say enough. I mean, they were just collaborating back and forth. The sheer amount of awesome that just being at that Parkstone Grill was. and the fact that, you know, I mean, it was just on fire. I mean, there was just all the room in the world. We had all the fun times that we could have had. You know, we had, you know, I mean, even the news showed up. It was crazy. But the guy was super awesome. The food was really good. The music was really good. You know, you had barbecue tents, beer tents. I mean, you had you know, you had Leach Motorsports on there to do a little bit of tuning if it need be. But anyways, this is an open live stream. So if you guys have a question about a Foxbody, want to talk about a Foxbody, I just wanted to talk about the event and, you know, give a huge kudos to Caleb Richards at Foxcast Media. And of course, you know, my man Brutal, Nakia. And we ended up seeing Blue Oval Media, Kenny Sean. So big shout out to him. You know, just Fox Chamber. There was just you got to see B Notch, Mario, got to see his, you know, got to see Tom, War Admiral 363. We got to see Brian Prince and his 4i. Yeah, man, got to see some really, really good influential people in our Foxbody community. So, what up, Foxbody? Eric C, thanks for the heads up. I asked where to sell my Fox last week, put it on Marketplace for $10K, and it lasted 2 days. That's right. It's pretty powerful. One of these years, I will make it all these events. It was a great time. It was great to hang out with everyone. Yeah, so Fat Boy Fox ended up hanging out at the tent quite a bit. Pretty much most of the day between, you know, bounce between my tent and Hanlon's tent. Big shout out to Hanlon Motorsports. My bad, dude. He is my sponsor. He is one of the guys in the channel. Man, that white car is nah, it's all right, man. It's just that's my pile of crap. We try to do good things. Happy Father's Day to you too as well, Tom. So like I was saying, we got to see some very influential people at the event. You know, again, War Admiral 363, who was just here right here in the chat. Mario Pineda, he has the Bimini Blue, and of course, you know, Foxcast and Brutal. And man, I'm just exhausted this whole week trying to catch up because I had so much fun last weekend. Yes, FTO was over way too fast. So awesome hanging out with everyone. That is absolutely 100% correct. So you see right there, the man himself, Foxcast Media. And let me tell you what. Like there wasn't I mean, we would start at like early morning and we would go till like 10 o'clock at night. And like, there was just stuff to do, busy stuff. And it would just, you have to just enjoy every minute. When you go to these events, it's just like, you know, you're going there, especially as a content creator, you're there to see your subscribers. You're there to see your members if you have those in your channel. You know, you're there to meet new subs and new people and create a network. And I know that, you know, Brutal and Foxcast and a number of other people at the event, you know, they understand what I'm talking about. You know, the network that we have on YouTube is strong. And it's like, you know, it's just, you know, I got to see Kenny Sean again, you know, Blue Oval Media. And, you know, we just network just so well together for the most part. You know, I actually ended up, you know, Brian Prince, it's the first time I met Brian Prince with the 4i Coyote. And I mean, what a really cool dude. There's a number of subscribers and members that, you know, I met Pimp. I think Pimpovic should be in here in just a minute. I got to meet him. He hung out with us quite a bit. Fat Boy Fox again. Matt, Ford Matt 77, which you guys see him all the time in my comments. He's probably hiding here in chat somewhere. It's, you know, I got to actually spend time with some of my actual members that are part of my club. And that was really cool because I mean, literally Fat Boy Fox and Matt sat there the whole time as I raced over at Foxcast Media, or excuse me, at Jackson Dragway. So I'll get into some questions here. Happy Father's Day to you, Jay. Ford Takeover was awesome, and I will be there back next year. Good, Travis. It's a good choice. Yeah, it took, to be honest with you, Caleb, you know, we work out a lot, and you guys probably don't know that, but I do talk to Caleb quite a bit, and we talk a lot about fitness and stuff because, you know, we're kind of fitness gurus. We try to be, and, you know, we try to stay in shape or whatever. So we kind of motivate each other a little bit. And, you know, on top of talking about Fox bodies. But I'm gonna tell you what, man, to try to work out this past week and try to do the, you know, the stuff that I like to do that helps me in life, because fitness really does help me, you know, health wise, and, you know, just peace of mind wise. You know, it's like my therapy. Outside of just riding around on my Mustang, you know, it was really hard to get to the gym. And, you know, I did end up working out a lot, but I mean, I found myself falling asleep at like 9 o'clock at night, and man, I tell you what, and I never thought I would be going to sleep anytime early when I was younger, man. I'm like, I'm just gonna go to bed at like 1 o'clock in the morning. I'm just gonna get up at 6 and not give a shit. So, what's up, Jeffrey Williams? Don't rub it in what I missed. Look, Bama, I definitely am not rubbing in anything. All I'm really trying to do is just tell you my experience, and I didn't have one negative experience the whole weekend. You know what the only negative experience I can say had was because I was tired and I couldn't spend more time down there. You know what I mean? We had really, really good weather. From what I understand, it's kind of funny. I kept watching the weather for the weekend, because last year we got rained out. Like, not really rained out, but it sucked because, you know, we were trying to race and have a good time. And I just think this year was like the apology for last year. The weather was absolutely perfect. The cruise looked like it was going to rain. I think I got a couple drops on my white car, because we actually ended up driving a white car 45 minutes to the dyno, and like that's all it did. It just dripped a little bit, and you know the clouds were like over top of us, and nothing ever really happened. But Saturday was on fire, man. It was like 86 degrees or whatever. But I think Tennessee ended up paying for it the following week. I think this past week they've been in like the mid-high 90s. So they can keep that weather down there. You can keep that weather down the south, bro. I hope I have a Mustang and would love to attend at least one of these events. Okay. I appreciate that, Foxcast. SN95 Garage. I need to get down there for next year. You're absolutely right, man. I got to meet so many different members. Like, you guys in the green, you guys see the guys in the green here. They are my members of the channel. It's the join button below, where you talk about it all the time. There's perks to it. I talk a lot in blog there, pictures of members that you know, of their cars, or you know, we at this event I ended up taking 3 or 4 pictures with members, and I like to show my members off, you know, and be proud of the fact that they're part of a club and part of something that supports the channel. So next year I have to get my car there. That's right, Fat Boy Fox. So, I know, I just missed everything. Okay, so continuing on the event, we drove 700 miles. I got there Thursday night. We ended up having a pre-meet. So if you guys plan on doing this next year, I know that I'm not going to be putting, you know, Foxcast on the line here. There's probably not even going to be plans for it for a while. I mean, let the things kind of die down a little bit. I mean, it takes a year to plan this stuff, but give the guy some time. He did an amazing job. Let him take a breath. Let him hit the reset button. I'm sure he'll start, you know, posting some stuff about Ford Takeover 2023 when that's appropriate in time. So, but I'm sure he's going to have, you know, all kind of really cool things, just like he did this past year. But like I say, you know, we got down there Thursday night. We actually had a pre-meet, and it was really cool because, like, you didn't expect much from it, but I ended up getting to hang out with B, and I ended up getting to hang out a little bit with Caleb and Jason Stewart. You guys know Jason Stewart from Caleb's channel. And there was probably a good 50 or 100 cars that came in and out on Thursday night. And I mean, we got in at like 7 o'clock. It was beautiful out. It's absolutely beautiful. So we drove the 4 miles up to the pre-meet, wiped the car down, hung out till probably 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock. I don't even remember what time it was. Drove back to the Doubletree Hilton. Let me tell you what, I just fell right asleep. I was already exhausted from driving so long. I know Smurfit and Cousin Paul were exhausted for driving because they had drove down Wednesday, but they drove down Thursday, half of Thursday or whatever. But Friday we got up early. You know, we had to get up early to get the cruise in. There was supposed to be a little bit of rain that day, but we ended up parking in this like ball field, not like on the grass, but like perfect spot because there was tons of room. And the ball field, like, I think the people who, I don't know, it just, we had a lot of Mustangs lined up, and if you guys know, I've been in the military, we kind of lined them up like a convoy, and it was really cool because we ended up, it would have been really nice to have like an escort, but there's not much you can ask from that. We ended up all kind of at least getting to the dyno in one piece. Nobody got lost or hurt for that matter, thank God, because they did start to rain a little bit, but they got the cruise into the dyno. There was already packed. Cousin Paul and Sandy were already there. I mean, the dyno event was on fire. I mean, it was, you know, you get 3 or 4 hours. you know, we killed it at the dyno, got to meet everybody again. And then, you know, we actually had about 2 or 3 hours before the actual pre-meet, which was really cool because there was about a 3-hour stint to where we all went back to our hotels. We're already tired because, I mean, we've already been messing around all morning and all night or at the dyno. So you got a chance to kind of take a nap, you know, kind of reset, take a shower or whatever. And then we went to the pre-meet. And let me tell you what, pre-meet, the street was just shut down. You got cops on each end, you know, controlling everything. Street was just shut down. I mean, you guys seen the footage? If you ain't seen the footage, Caleb did a really good video of Ford Takeover with drone footage too. So that was really cool because he was able to see everything. And, you know, we ended up the side street ended up doing the massive burnouts, which I'm sure you guys seen. I'm telling you, if you guys haven't had a chance to look at some of this footage, it was on fire, literally. Like the tires were on fire in the video, and it just an amazing time. I mean, who don't like burnouts? So, yeah. Simply one of the best shows I've been to, and I'm 100% behind that. Let me catch up here. If it was not for you, Foxcast and Brutal, these events would not be happening. We all appreciate you guys. Let me tell you what, there's so much, I don't even want to think about how much time and stress that my man Caleb had putting this event on. I mean, it's just, there were so many things involved. Like, you want to do it right. And so, I mean, I can't say enough how difficult that probably is to especially to put on an event like that. I mean, guys, it was on the news. And it was on the news for something completely positive. And it's amazing. You know what I mean? Like, hey, we all got together, we all did some burnouts, and ain't nobody got in any trouble. You see what I mean? So, man, it was just such a good time. It was well controlled, it was well policed, and, you know, everybody got to kind of, you know, unwind a little bit and just, you know, enjoy the area, the electricity, like I was talking about earlier. So, anyways, what are the plans for the white drop top I've seen in the background of you talking about that convertible? It's not in very good shape at all. Good stuff with the burnouts. That's great. I love throwing Mustang parties and having all my friends over for it. That's 100% true. So, so Saturday. So look, we had all this damn fun like on Thursday, and Friday we had to cruise the dyno, and then we had the real pre-meet. I'm already freaking exhausted, bro. Because not only did I drive, but we had a little bit of fun on Thursday night. We had a ton of fun on Friday, and we ain't even at the event yet. So you've already got 2 car show pre-meets. You've already got a dyno session, which everybody was at. You already had a cruise in, and you're not even on the day that it was supposed to happen. So anyways, there was a, Jackson Dragway, 9 a.m. Well, it's 8. It was at 7:38 for the vendors. So I got a chance to check out the vendors. I was very humbled by the fact that Foxcast put me up with himself and Brutal right there in the vendor spots, right next to Hanlon, which I thoroughly enjoy being next to Hanlon because I have a great relationship with Hanlon Motorsports. And of course, Andrew and I were already playing this, that we were chirping back and forth all year about doing a little bit of grudge racing, and we sure did, didn't we? So, I mean, we're already tired. You know, you knew it was going to be a long day on Saturday, and literally we were up at like 6. We were rustling around to get everything ready, and we got into the trailer and got the car wiped down, and it was in street mode, of course, with my NBXs and my wing and my other tune. And we had just got off the dyno, making more horsepower. Well, we've made more horsepower on our kill tune, but you know, we did some good stuff there. I didn't want to drop a rod on the guy's floor there, so we weren't on kill tune. But it was we definitely made some good horsepower. Yeah, kill tune is crazy. Yeah. Hang on, and I'll get to Saturday. Let me get into this. My favorite channel. I mean, I appreciate you, Nathan Johnson, for the super chat, for supporting the channel, my dude. I appreciate it a lot. Thank you so much. See, this is the type of stuff here, and I don't know if you guys know this or not, but this is kind of the type of stuff that's helping the YouTube channels the most, especially the ones that you like. It's not just Nathan Johnson. It's Jason Fields. It's Ford Matt 77. It's Mike Straminsky. It's War Admiral. It's T Top Thomas. It's Pimp. It's so many people has donated to the channel. And let me tell you what, that type of stuff has helped tremendously with the way. I'm gonna tell you what, I spent more money on diesel getting there and back than I did on hotels for 3 days. It's crazy. And I can't thank you guys enough for supporting the channel by watching the amateur crap that I put on YouTube. For supporting the channel with the membership, supporting the channel with super chats and super stickers and all that stuff. Guys, I can't thank you enough. So again, I'm going to stop rambling, but I do appreciate it. Boosted 93. I got the 931. What up, brothers? Pleasure meeting you there. Yes. So another YouTuber that I got to meet is Boosted 931. If you guys got a chance, go check out his channel. If you see right here, I think you can see, where's it at? Right here, I don't know. That's the truck. Is that the Odin truck that you were talking about? You just released a video about that. He also had a Ford Takeover video that was, pretty fire as well. A lot of guys did. I did a Ford Takeover video, but I did the Ford Takeover video a little bit different than everybody else. I did a montage. I guess you could call it that. I actually took the skills from what Sandy Smurfit here in chat, which is cousin Paul's wife. She's our photographer, videographer. She helps with the channel immensely. She took a bunch of really cool pictures. So I got a ton of pictures and a montage. It's probably about 16 or 18 minutes long, but I mean, it's literally, it's the cruising, it's the dyno, it's the pre-meet, the other pre-meet, and of course the Saturday event, tons of that stuff. So no videos, it's just music and you got to sneak through there to see if your car's in there too. So she didn't get a whole lot of the car show stuff. So I do apologize, guys, that got to the car show, but she did line pictures. You know what I mean? It was pretty cool. What's up, OG Superfly? Fuel prices are out of control. I agree with that. Anyway, Saturday. So I was very humbled to be put right at the beginning, right next to Vengeance in Hanlon. And I was right across from, I think, HPR, which I think is the horsepower factory. So HPR, well, yeah. And then you had Leach was across from me. You had Brutal. I think, was it Brutal? No, it was Foxcast and then Brutal. I don't remember. There was probably 20 vendors and in YouTubers or whatever. Blue Oval Media was next to Hanlon. You get Silver Sport there. I mean, everybody showed up for the most part, even a dyno at the track. So I mean, there's just so many things going on. And then the day was just, there were some super fast cars that were there at the track. It was just the 8th mile only. So it was really, we'll talk about that here in a second about my 8th mile experience. But I couldn't help myself. I got there, we got set up. I'm going crazy, because I'm trying to stop and talk to everybody. And I'm trying to see all, my friends, that are running around with their, heads cut off. It was just crazy. It was just a madhouse. So I got to eventually kind of calm down, and it got to the point to where the itch came in. You know what I mean? Like I kind of want to race. And it just kept chirping at me all right, this car's been in street mode too long. I need to go set up my slicks. So I just kind of zoned out for a little while. I put my other tune in. And, we turned the car up and we put our slicks on, and, the 8th mile was not friendly to me. So yeah, that's Ken's shop. Okay. Anyway, we got the slicks on the car, turned the car up. Hanlon was just so busy because he and I were supposed to race the whole day. And I ended up, I was like the second car down. I couldn't help myself. So anyways, we back. Give me a thumbs up. Good. So we ended up getting the car put on slicks. I run on a 28 because we shocked the tire pretty good. And one thing about being a stick shift car, making horsepower, unless you got kind of like a clutch tamer is kind of a band-aid for a car that shocks the tires really good. And one thing I learned at the 8th mile, I mean, the track did get a little bit greasy, but that's because it started getting real hot. And a little bit had to do with my car not being right. I mean, I was trying to plant the tire to, I was trying to let the tire loose on the rebound. And what I should have had is my rebound like fully blown, like 8 setting of 8. I don't know if you guys know what I'm talking about, but on a single adjustable shock, the more clicks you have in it, the more the shock plants the tire. And I was blowing the tires off, and I was just like, I couldn't get down the track. We went to the track on Saturday. We ran several 16s, which is where I should have been. I almost had a 6.0 last Saturday, but the track wasn't there either. So anyways, the track wasn't that greasy. He did prep it a little bit, but like the tracks that I go to a lot, they usually prep every couple hours. They'll throw some shit down and they'll drag it really quick, take about 10 minutes. But it was an open event and there were street tires, and it's kind of hard to keep a track maintenance up like that. I know it's hard for the track owners to keep the track maintenance up when you have a lot of street tires going down. So I know it kind of just, you get one or two or three cars that lay like a good layer of rubber, nice and sticky, and then you get a street tire that comes up and takes it all. You know what I mean? That's what sucks about street tires, is they just takes all the rubber with them. And then it gets greasy. So anyways, this year, the first year I've done this was the absolute very first time that I've ever went down the track 8th mile. And what I noticed from my experience from it is I was shifting. I was literally bouncing off the rev limiter at like 7,000, 6,900 coming through the 8th. Usually I shift right before the 8th and the 4th, and I'm all the way through the back half of the 8th mile, just all 4th gear, building from boost. It's perfect. But like, remember how I used to tell you that the T56 has that gap, has that ratio gap between 3rd and 4th? It really comes into play in the 8th mile. If I had the TKX there, I definitely think I would have been coming through at a lower RPM in 3rd, which would have been right on my limiter that I normally set. But I had to actually change my rev limiter from 65 to 69 and change my two-step pill from 4,600 down to like 39 just to kind of get a good two-step. In the end, I had to go back to my roots and just foot pedal it. So my best pass of the day was on foot pedal, like just launching on. You guys know I can launch on foot pedal. That's what we do. Anyway, we went back to the track on Saturday. Yesterday. You guys see a video I did today. If you didn't get a chance to go check out Hootman Racing, the guys, I mean, it's a 4-minute video. I didn't want to waste anybody's time today on Father's Day. And it was just relevant. It's a Father's Day. It's a father-son race team. They got 2 NA Foxbodies. One's a 363. The other one's a 427. So they're both aftermarket blocks. They're just meticulously built. They're an amazing combo. They're mostly full weight, but they are lightened up a little bit. They're just monsters, man. The cars run damn near close to as fast as I do, and they're naturally aspirated. I mean, they got really good compression, but good Lord. So anyways, it was relevant today because it was Father's Day, and we all have stories of helping our dad in the garage. I helped my dad in the garage for years, with mechanics. I remember him rebuilding an Isuzu motor for my S10. If you guys have been around mechanics long enough, I had a 1992 or something long bed S10 with like 15 by 10 reverse. They stuck out. The wheels stuck out like menace to society. They were KMC deep dish 15 by 10 wheels, and I had a little 4-cylinder motor in there with a little stick shift. It's when I learned how to drive stick shift. It was on a Ford Escort and Chevy S10 back in the early 90s. Man, these things were shit boxes. But anyways, I remember him building an Isuzu motor. He took the motor out. It wasn't an actual Chevy motor. It was an Isuzu 1.8, I don't know. And I kind of watched him build a little bit. And that's when I kind of got the itch. You know what I mean? Like, oh, okay. But where I really watched him, like mechanics started getting interesting, is when he started rebuilding. Like he had an old Ford 302. We had a 1969 truck forever. A little short bed, had 1510 wagon wheels in the back and little 15.7s in the front. He got that from South Carolina. It was pretty cool. Rust-free, stick shift, and it had a column shifter on it. So the car was like the truck used to be like automatic, but I don't know. Don't ask me what they did. I don't know. But I remember him rebuilding that 302. And this is relevant because this is my father's, this is my father, and it was like Father's Day. So I'm kind of making an experience here. I'm sharing it with you guys. But I remember him building a 302, like literally on the ground, like literally in the dirt. He had blown it up, pulling home a 1965 Buick something. I don't remember. Buick Special. I don't know what those are. And he blew the motor up, and he ended up pulling the motor out and literally didn't have an engine stand available. I think he broke it or something. I remember him and my Uncle Paul, which is Cousin Paul's dad. Because, it's a family thing. Like, it's his Cousin Paul's dad and my dad did mechanics and fun shit like that, and much like me and Cousin Paul do. So we've been doing this a long time. Anyway, he was just rebuilding a 302. I remember him honing it out literally on blocks, like cement blocks and shit. It was crazy. It was just I was like, what are you doing, Dad? He's like, oh, I got to seat the rings. So I don't know. That's my Father's Day experience. Why I got into mechanics. I love my dad to death, and he's getting old now, and I built that car for him, and he kind of hates it. It's got a turbo on. He doesn't hate it, but like he's walking with a little bit of a limp because his hip's starting to go bad. I might have to put an AOD in it or something. I don't know, a C4 or some shit. Nothing slow about Slow Nate. Yeah, so I actually named Slow Nate. Not really named him, but just kind of talked about him on my channel. And like I got the idea from just how some people say Big Tim, and but Tim's small. It's just kind of just an example. It's just like you're Slow Nate now. That's just like kind of like how you name your car, you name your friends. Papa Hootman was the dad, I don't know, whatever. I remember watching Pops build a 302 right in our old house living room. Yes, that happened to me as well. Maybe not. We had a foyer, like a big back porch, and that's exactly what happened. My dad was building a motor right there in a back porch, like with half light. He would show me how to mic the gate. He would show me how to mic the rings and mic the bearings and check for end play. And like, it's crazy what you learn from your dad. You have a great family history and great mechanics. I appreciate that. We're just shade tree, man. Just shade tree mechanics. And I do apologize though for going live on a Friday. Excuse me, on a Father's Day, because I know a lot of my subscribers and members probably didn't get a whole lot of a chance to come in here. So I do apologize to those guys who did end up missing this live stream. But I did want to say Happy Father's Day, and family before anything else. So, anyways, going back to the event on Saturday, which was last Saturday. But I can't believe it's been a week already. Like, there's no way it's been a week. Wow. So we got there early. I changed slicks about noon, 11:30. I couldn't freaking help myself. It's an 8-mile track. I was super curious to see how well my car would go in the 8th mile. I already knew what it ran in the 8th mile, 604, 608, 610. God only knows how many 16s, at 114, 116, 117, depending on how much boost I had in it or whatever. But yeah, we ended up getting up to the line, and I literally blew my tires off the first run, got mad at it, came around and hot lapped it. The car was only like 140 degrees. That's the thing about E85 is as hot as it already was in Tennessee, I could make a hit, and by the time I'd be 160 at the line, by the time I get to the end of the track, my car's 130. So my car doesn't get hotter, it gets colder. And that's the way E85 works. And that's why I always push E85 so much. You consume about 30% more fuel. So it does cost more than pump gas if you do the numbers. You know what I mean? If you're consuming 30% more fuel than 93 pump gas, then your E85 is going to literally be a little bit more money than if you put 93 in. But it's a lot more safer, in my opinion. I think E85 is probably one of the best things you can put in your car, pump gas wise. Anyways, so I ended up blowing the tires off twice before I realized that, it could be my tires, my shock settings. I had, bump steer. I got that video coming out this week. I had bump steer issues, which we were at the track yesterday figuring out. Oh. We good? Okay, so anyways, we ended up blowing the tires off a couple times. I ended up making 7 passes last Saturday, and I only really got down the track maybe twice. That was good. The last pass was probably the worst one of them all because, as Hanlon Motorsports said, I don't know why you just did a John Force burnout, but that's probably the reason why you blew your tires off through the through the 330 mark. That's ridiculous. Anyways, we ended up making one good pass last week. We went 622 at 115. That's not terrible, but the car's got, quite a bit more in it. I'm really kind of getting to the point to where I love my white car and everything, and it's got really cool, badass parts in it. But what would happen if I put that in Megatron? You know what I mean? What if I took the 750, 800 wheel that I make in this car and I put it in a purposely built, caged, badass little coupe with a welded top on it? And that's really where I'm pushing for. I know you guys are like, yo, Dan, you started doing this create a coupe series of where you're going to weld a top onto a car or something. I had about 10 people ask me that. Well, that's over exaggerated. I had about 5 people ask me that last week. Like, when are you going to do that coupe weld the roof on thing? To be honest with you guys, I'm really looking at pushing towards doing that. Like, I really have a reason to do it. And if I made Megatron to be a stick shift ninja, like I think it would be, I would have to steal parts from the white car because I spent big money on the stuff that's in this car. Big money years ago. I did buy right or buy twice, right? So, it's got the bad boy axle in the back, a nice, it doesn't have the adjustable torque boxes or anything. It's still just spherical 4-link like factory. Everything's reinforced with an anti-roll bar. But excuse me. But to be honest with you, I really, really, really want to go 890s. Just want to go 890s. And light as might, guys. And to go 890s in the white car now would probably require an engine swap and a turbo change. And it's either that or lighten the car up, but I don't want to take the car apart. It's full weight, I still have a heater box in there that I haven't used in like 15 years. Like, I just don't feel like taking the car apart. And so I'm really at a crossroads, to be honest with you. What did Bama say? My dad let me bust the windows out of what? Out of the race car he was building. He let you bust the race car, the actual windows out. You're crazy. What's up, Fox Addiction? So I'm really kind of at the point. Daniel Robinson, what do you say? My pops taught me a lot. Then I learned a lot on my own, wanting a race car for a daily. Yeah, I know how that is. mean, that's where it's at, though, you know. And my dad's taught me a lot. You know, I probably wouldn't have half the tools I do have if I didn't have my dad. You know, just he knew what tools I needed. He knew, you know, the torches. I think the old torches that I have here are from him from a long time ago. Anyway, so yeah, that's kind of where I'm at with the white car. I don't know. I really just want to build a coupe and just, you know, kind of like Slow Nate's coupe, not tubbed. Just, you know, I could put it on a 28 and you know, make it stick shift and you know, pretty much with that drive line I have in the car right now, I could probably go the 890s or better. But you know, here's the thing about taking shit apart. Like, you take shit apart and like it ends up being a worst case scenario. Like, you end up going slower and it doesn't make any sense. How many of you have that? How many of you guys had that problem? So it's almost like I'm kind of spoiled right now because I can drive my white car, I can drive my black car, I can have all kind of fun with Dad's car. Listen, Dad's car is coming back to the channel as soon as I get some more. I mean, I'm on back order on my ARP studs for my rear wheels. I'm afraid to race that or even drive that on those bent ass studs. We bend them pretty good. The Morosos always be bent up. Smurf at Night All. It was nice meeting everyone at FTO. Hopefully Smurf will be there next year. Yeah, so shout out to Smurfit and Cousin Paul. He's going to do his little cough thingy or dab or whatever that is. I'll see him tomorrow. So I want to say before they leave, Smurfit and Cousin Paul, I super appreciate you. I'm sure the channel does as well. You know, I can speak for them as well. You know, you guys are a milestone in our channel, and without you guys, I couldn't have done what I do, you know, with my channel. You know, they stayed in the booth, they helped me with the booth. They had, you know, Cousin Paul helps me with the car. You know, Sandy helps me with footage and photos, and just, it's a team effort. You know, teamwork makes the dream work, and families that play together stay together. And you know, I just want to say thank you for what you've done with me and Neomustangs so far, and I'll look forward to the future. So thank you. Have a good night, Sandy and Paul. I spent $10K to go to the same ET before. Yeah, so that's what I'm worried about if I do decide to do a, you know, do a coupe. I'm worried that I'm going to spend more money just to go the same, you know, speed. It doesn't make any sense. But we may at the end of the year, what I might end up doing, because I'm really not hip to the idea of pulling the engine trans out of this car right now. If anything, you know, I'm doing a clutch adjustment. So putting another RXT HD in, because I got a big race coming up here in July. I got a friend of mine that's getting his motor put back in his car. It's going to be a fun ass race. We're going to have some stick shift fun. Bring it to the channel, of course. You guys know who he is. But we're going to have some fun with Danny Watts, the world's fastest IRS Cobra, supercharged Cobra, so whatever little micro records they got going on. But he's going to come out the gate swinging with that car. The car is no joke, makes big powers, made 4-digit power for a long time. But in stick shift life, you know how it is. You got to go A to B. You know, I got a chance to meet Jesse Costa. You guys know who Jesse Costa is. He's good friends with Chris Watson. You guys know who Chris Watson is. So hopefully, yeah, I need to ask if I can even mention this. It's something I'd like to mention. Maybe I might have to save it for another day, but Jimmy H, where does a guy buy a Neo hat? So I had a bunch. I still got a bunch of hats. If you guys want to buy one, I don't have any small mediums left, but I have large, extra large. If you just hit me up at Neomustangs at Hotmail, I swear I'm going to have you a website soon. I have it all set up, but with all the new merch, I got to do new photos and new inventory on it. It's kind of a pain in the ass. I'm not even going to lie to you, but Neomustangs at hotmail.com. That's the email. You can hit me up on. You can hit me up on Instagram. You can hit me up on Facebook. Northeast Ohio Mustang Restoration or whatever on Facebook. I actually have I've been doing a lot on Instagram, just fun shit. If you guys want to check Instagram out at Neomustangs, we're having all kind of blasts over there. I'm making all kind of little reels and stuff. You should have seen this past Saturday yesterday. I was hanging out with my buddy Mustang Mike. You guys know him for helping me with the bump steer on the Mustang. Oh, snap. Well, look who we have in chat. Rob Mish. What up, son? Sorry about the short time on Saturday, man. You got to do what you got to do when you got race friends at the track, man. You was trying to shake his truck down, man. I get that. That's cool. Rob Mish, let me tell you, yesterday I had a chance to see a couple friends of mine that I haven't seen in a while. And I'm going to say years, but it's been a while. But Rob Mish probably undoubtedly has one of the fastest, I could say that, right, Rob? Just, I don't know if it's hard tire or no, it's no prep. I think you do a lot of no prep stuff. His car is, and I think he's owned it since it was brand new. And it's a full weight, absolute monster car. I mean, I'm not going to get into details or whatever, but Rob's probably got one of the best Foxbodies in Ohio. And I'll do, like I said, I'll do a video on these guys if they allow me to do a video on their car, because I know there's some things that, you know, people who race a lot don't really, you know, want to discuss some stuff. So out of respect. So it's really good to see you, Rob. I appreciate you stopping in, man. I am humbled, my friend. You're doing some no prep on the 9th. I mean, I'll go. I don't give a damn. You know, I'll go. If I run I don't care if I run a 14, bro. It's the event. You know, it's the atmosphere that I like. The track atmosphere is addicting. It's just like going to an event, having friends. You know what I mean? So, again, you know, big shout to Rob. He actually has his car's name's, I think his car's name's Baby Yaga. Is that what you call it? YAGA. I think you can probably look that up too. Close. Okay, so you're the original owner. Like, you guys got to see this car. He's got like custom paint. I'm not going to talk about his drive line. I'm not going to talk about how much horsepower, but it's a lot. So I got a chance to see him, and I got a chance to hang out with. Did you guys know who? You probably don't know who he is, but Danny Bosco. Again, I did a little short, probably like a 10 or 15-second reel on Instagram, and I think I posted it on Facebook. Maybe that's tomorrow. Anyways, we're talking 3,000 plus horsepower. Maverick. I'm pretty safe to say I can say his horsepower number because he's already mentioned it before. I'm not going to tell you the exact number, but I am not going to tell you. This car is meticulously built. There was things in my buddy Dan Bosco's car that I didn't even know what they did. Like, I thought I'd seen it all, and I was just like, the coolest shit ever. I mean, he had like air blowing through his motor to cool it down while we were in the pits. He had like an external like transmission cooler that helped cool the transmission fluid down. And it's just like that's cool engineering shit to me. I mean, I just really, really, really appreciated every inch of that car. Like, I just sat there in awe, like, man, that's just the time and the effort and the money to do something like that is beyond top tier. Like, this is end game stuff. You know what I mean? So big shout to my dude. Big shout to my dude, Danny Bosco. I think that's the first time in almost 5 years that he had been on the track, made a hit. So he will be in my video that I did yesterday. So wasn't Hootman's, the little short video I did today. I didn't want to bury Hootman's accomplishments with their 2 Mustangs in like a 10 or 15-minute video. I like to just throw a short out there and be done with it so you guys can enjoy it or whatever. Bosco, yep. Baddest Maverick in Ohio. Man, let me tell you what, he's in the top. I can't even do it. I'm not even going to do that. I'm not going to do that number. What's up, MGI? It's good to see you. I like quarter mile more being a stick car. Yeah, me too. I'm not that stick guy. Listen, at some point, I do want to do auto stuff, but I'm a stick shift guy. And, you know, the stick shifts are wild. You know, so aren't cars that are making 4 digits too. So you can't just go out there and make a ton of horsepower and then put your car on a track and expect it to go A to B. That's not how it works. That's why I keep telling you guys, you know, and I keep telling people who ask me for advice on their Foxbody, I'm like, look, just make 500 and enjoy it. Because once you start getting too much horsepower in your car, things change. You start spending $2,000 on shocks. You start paying people to tune your suspension. You start paying people to custom fab. God only knows how many different pipes that go every which way. You see what I mean? It's a rabbit hole beyond a rabbit hole. It's in outer space. And unless you have the time and the money to be doing something like that, I would highly suggest being very happy with 500 horsepower and be done with it. Even 600, even 700, if you can do it within a budget, regionally budget, things will break. Things will need to be maintenance. Hell, I remember Danny Bosco told me at one point that he could only go like 100 passes on his aluminum rods or something like that, and he had to tear the whole motor apart, rebuild it. Like, what? That's crazy. Yeah, at least 5 years since Dad's series at Quaker. So yeah, that's the OLS series. So, anyways, you know, I don't want to get overabundant but you guys got to see this video. I'm going to show you guys a video of my man's 3,000 plus horsepower Maverick. It's one of the craziest, coolest builds I've ever seen. If I get a chance next time, I'm going to do a video with Rob Misch. If you guys want to see Rob Misch's car. I'd like to do videos of a couple other friends of mine cars too. I don't really get into too much of that on the channel. You guys know that, but you know, I got to give credit where credit is due on some of these cars. We got some of the baddest cars in the United States here in Ohio. And it's humbling to even be, you know, considered one of their friends. Did Bosco make a full pass yesterday? What is that? Is that Sean? Is that you, Sean? I don't think he did. Guys, on 3,000 horsepower, he's going to go through a full slicks, which I think Mike told me he could only get like 12 or 15 passes on his slicks before they're done. But he went the whole point of yesterday's you know, shakedown with his Maverick was to figure out A to B. You see what I mean? Figure out how much power he needs to put in it to kind of do a base set, like almost doing like a base idle reset on your throttle body. So it's like, you know, he has to ramp, you have to ramp boost in. You can't just throw 3,000 pound or 3,000 horsepower to the ground and expect to go A to B. You know what I mean? You got to ramp that shit in. And it's this, you know, I think that's what he was doing all of yesterday. So, you know, it's going to take him a while to shake the car down, but once that car gets shook down before the end of the year, it's going to be one bad machine. That's for sure. And I know, you know, again, Rob here in channel here, just the same thing. He makes very, very, very good horsepower, and you know, and he is fully aware of what it takes to make a car go A to B and shake it down. You know, I mean, he's going to have, you know, making big horsepower. You're going to have multiple tunes, you know, for different track settings and different weather, and then that's the fun part. You know what I mean? In keeping things together with some, you know, some duct tape and spit. Yeah, so that's where I preach at the most right there. SN95 Garages, 500 and done. It's like, if you guys don't need to make big horsepower, aren't chasing a micro record, aren't really, you know, chasing like, you know, we have a hard tire series, we have a no prep series, we have a lot of racing that actually happens in Ohio. So if you're not chasing something like that has a payout and stuff like that, and you're just out there kind of casually racing like I do, I mean, I don't claim to anything. I just go out there and make stick shift hits and hope I don't hit a wall. And, you know, then just make 500 horsepower and just enjoy it. Like 500 horsepower is plenty enough horsepower in a Foxbody Mustang, even in an SN95 Mustang, to get you on down the road and get you in trouble. And it probably is a stock bottom end motor if you're making that much. And, you know, you blow something up, you just put another motor in. I'm kind of in a rabbit hole with my Foxbody right now. I'm trying to claw my way out. There's no clawing out. Once the hole has you, you're done. I hate to tell you. So anyways, going back to Ford Takeover, I'd really like to see people like Rob Misch, who's here in chat, my man Danny Bosco, my good friend Mustang Mike Meredith, my buddy Danny Watts. I'd like to see some of these guys that I've been racing around for a number of years bring their shit to Ford Takeover, because Ford Takeover literally is the event for Fords for me. And it's not just Mustangs, it's trucks, F-150. There was a number of F-150. I think Boosted 931 had an F-150 there that was running like sub sevens, 10-second truck. My buddy, it'd be nice to see my buddy Brian Hines go to that. I mean, he's got one of the world's fastest supercharged Coyote F-150s. Like, it'd just be cool, man. And to be able to collaborate with all those guys at one event in the South. Just stay within your budget and have fun. Exceed your budget and be ready. That is exactly it. And anybody knows is Rob. Rob's been building on his Foxbody since the early 90s. And it's probably been through, just like my white car, which isn't nothing. White car is nothing but special. I mean, his car's been through waves and waves and waves of changes in 30 years, 25 years. So take it from us. We kind of have an idea of what goes on. I don't know when Ford Takeover is going to happen again, Rob Misch, but I'll let you guys know. This year, it just happened last week. We had it last year. It was the same weekend in May, first weekend in May. Ended up being a little bit cold and rainy. Well, not cold, but just the weather wasn't there. But this year was absolutely amazing. But again, it's a Thursday, Friday, Saturday event. It's worth the 700 miles to go. We get to mess around a little bit on the 8th mile, which most of the tracks in the South are the 8th mile for the most part, and just have fun, man. Just show the car off. There's a bunch of vendors that come there. There's a big cruise in. There's a little bit of burnout going on. So it's a really cool event, Rob. So anyway, we got going on here. Adventures with Super Dave. Man, I appreciate the super sticker, my dude. Things like this help to fund and donate to the channel. Thank you so much for doing that. I mean, every little bit helps to go events and stuff like that. So MGI. Yep, Ford Takeover was awesome. All kinds of builds. There was all kind of different builds. So anyways, got a couple more minutes, guys, and then I'm gonna let you go. And we will. I'm trying to watch this. Yep. So, you guys got any more questions you want to ask me? I just want to say that I want to appreciate everybody that came to Ford Takeover, that drove a number of miles to come see us as YouTube content creators and collaborators and what have you. So main thing is it takes a lot to get us, to go from, one event to the other. I just went to Chocolate Fox and it costs a lot of money. I mean, I think the hotels at Chocolate Fox were like $300 a night. It was crazy. Well, we got the next event we're going to try to go to is we might go to Hollyfest in September, but we'll probably go to Foxtoberfest end of October. But I am going to try to make Mustang Week. So that's going to be expensive because that's not just driving and getting a cheap hotel. That's like getting a townhouse, and it's crazy. So what's up, Adam? It was great meeting you and talking to you again. Yeah, I'm sorry I didn't get a chance to talk to you. If I seen you at Ford Takeover and I didn't get a whole lot of time to talk to you guys, I do apologize. It's just crazy. It's just, I got running around with my head cut off, just like I was saying, just constantly running everywhere. And I know everybody has their, has their things going on, and you try to meet in the middle. But dyno this week with my new Terminator. All right. Oh, I was at the junkyard yesterday, found a Foxbody back there, and was pretty hateful over the fact that someone broke a bunch of parts. I can't stand that. Guys, if you're going to go to the damn junkyard, and there's a Foxbody there, and you tear it and you break 4 parts to get the one that probably was the least expensive of them all, that don't make no damn sense. Bring some tools. If you're not going to use the part, lay it in the damn floor for somebody else to do it. I get what you're saying, NJC. I get it. I'm 100% in agreement. If there's a Foxbody in Youngstown, I just did a video on it. I'm going to be honest with you, dude. You know, it's already got a bunch of pieces that were just, I mean, they just rip them out. Like, it doesn't make any sense. I mean, it takes you 2 seconds to find a socket, pull it off, throw it on the floor. Sorry I'm late. Happy Father's Day. Happy Father's Day to you too, KillCam. 357. So, again, if I didn't get a chance to talk to you at Ford Takeover, I do apologize. You know, I really had a great time. I mean, we raced all day, had 7 hits on the track. Me and Handle Motorsports ended up doing it, the race, the grudge race. We ended up, doing it right, down the track, wheels up, buttercup. So we ended up doing the video too that we had talked about doing, where we were, Coyote versus like Pushrod or whatever. I thought it was pretty good. So anyways, hey Neo, thanks for being a real and ton of good energy, man. I appreciate you. Appreciate you coming out. Neo, you get 3 bar heads yet? I have not. I do have a line on a set though. But again, you know, it's been a tough week to try to get back into normal life. And I appreciate everybody that I did see at the event. Again, if you guys got any other questions, I have never been at the track, always just made mine a street car. Let me tell you what, the track life isn't for everybody, but if you do it, you won't be disappointed. Like, don't go to the track and say, hey, I got a 10-second street car, because running 10s, as tough as it is, there's a lot of people that go out there and say, well, I make so, don't expect like you're going to go out to the track because you make X amount of horsepower and go A to B. That's just not how it works. That's the fun thing about the track though. You can get out there, put a tire in your car. That's my number one suggestion to anybody. If you're going to go out to the track and have a little bit of fun, just get a set of real wheels and put some slicks on them, or a tire that you can, hook and book. Because ain't nothing fun about spinning, ain't winning, and ain't nothing fun about doing a burnout 330 feet before your car actually hooks. And then your car tires are greasy at that point, and you get out about 1,000 foot and the car starts going sideways and you hit a wall. It's not fun. It's not suggested, and it's unsafe. So if you do start going to the track and want to try to have some fun at the track like we do, I mean, pick a set of wheels on your, hell, put them on the turbines or 10 holes, put you a little 26, 10.5 on there with a tube or whatever, and go have some fun, man. Lock them in your car, go have some. That's what I do with the white car. All I do is take the wing off so it doesn't drag, and I put a set of tires on it that actually go A to B. So hopping off, boss, finishing maintenance on this thing, then punching the pillow. This old man needs some sleep. I appreciate you, Rob. Dude, I super appreciate you coming into the channel tonight. Shout out to Rob Misch for sure. I love seeing him at the track, hanging out with him. His car is monster. I will put it on the channel if he wants me to. I'll definitely show you some hits in it. The car, I don't know what it's been in the quarter or the eighth, its best times, because I haven't been up to date with it. He does run a lot at Dragway 42, which is a track that's much closer to him, like Thompson is to me. So I don't get a chance to go out there too much. So, but I definitely will want to. I'll probably go out on the 9th now that he's made me aware of it, and go check out the no prep that they got going on. So, anyways, all right, guys. So if you followed this far, I appreciate you coming into the live chat. If you're watching, hit that comment below. Let me know some of your Father's Day, father-son mechanic experience that you guys have. I shared one with you guys. I wouldn't mind hearing some of yours. I'm always open to chat. on stuff like that. So if you get a chance, check out the join button below. Check out the thanks button. Guys, I just appreciate you want to check out some merch. I do have some t-shirts and hats available still. Neomustangs at Hotmail. Hit me up on that. I don't know how many subscribers and members that I've helped with there. But shout out, huge shout out to all the dads out there. Happy Father's Day. Another big shout out to Foxcast, Caleb Richards at Foxcast Media for putting on an amazing event where there was good times, there was good people, and there's a lot of good influencers out there that I got to meet and got to see again at the event. That there wasn't a bad moment to speak of outside of my tires getting blown off and Jesse Costa losing his taillight. So anyways, that's pretty much all I got for you. What's up, 650 Motorsports? I wasn't there. I was waiting on everyone's update to see the cars and events happening. Listen, if you can get a chance, I know some of the West Coast guys can't really make an event like that, but it's not too, I guess it is pretty far. I'd love to see some of the West Coast members come out, some of the West Coast people that follow my channel and that follow, Foxcast and Brutal and Blue Oval Media and a handful of, and a handful of other channels that are here in the Midwest and South. So 650 Motors is out there in the West Coast. So if you guys want to check out, he just made a YouTube video. Oops. He just made a YouTube video, made a YouTube channel sitting around about 2,000 subs. He does a lot of work on Mike's car, as well as a lot of Foxbody. So, Bam, I appreciate you stopping in. OG Superfly, appreciate you stopping in. Guys in green, you my members. I will see you guys very soon. Got a number of videos I'm putting out this week. You'll be able to check out early, of course. We're going to be coming up with a top 10, top 5 next week. We're going to get right back into doing our whiteboard shit. I know you guys like that stuff. So, hit me up. The members that are in my channel, I'm going to be asking you guys what you guys want to talk about next week, and we will be making it happen for sure. Leaked a little AC, tried to pull a hose off. That's Father's Day. Oh, man, I'm sorry to hear that, Greg. So, anyways, without further ado, I appreciate everybody for stopping in for the channel. Again, shout out to Foxcast. I will see you guys soon this week in the next video. Thank you so much.